tryna take it down, place for. You just scoring mines, best the bar.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, I got your watch list coming into January 27, 2020, and the stock market is going to go crazy. We have a bunch of news that has happened here over the weekend, a lot of developments for what we were looking for, and even more coming up this week. But as I'm talking now, the future's open. We are down 1%, so you can see the SPY gapping down. That is there on the daily chart. Let's go here to the 1-minute chart. You're seeing it's pretty bad so far. We are going to see, as always, this is the title of the video, you're seeing what's happening, but anything can happen by market open tomorrow and pre-market, so keep that in mind. But a unique situation has played out. I want to go over everything that has caused this so far. I'm going to go over the keys for tomorrow. I have a play to set up around all of this chaos that I want to be looking at, and that's pretty much it. So let's get into it. Before we do that, you guys know what you need to do. Drop your thumbs up on the video. Make sure you're subscribed, and if you don't know, we are live Monday through Friday, 30 minutes before open. It is the first link in the description, and it is pinned in the comments. We better see you there in the morning, baby. It costs you nothing. The markets are going crazy. I mean, it's gonna be a place you want to be. So all we ask is that you're positive and respectful, and don't forget right now, the most important thing you need to do. Post your watch list below. Let us know what you're looking at. If you got any plays, earnings plays, any of this downside plays, or a bounce play, post it all below. Let's source that info. And as a benefit to help you act and to show why we want you to source your information, I have something for you. Here, my friends, is that a random account I said I was going to make for you guys. So I made this to encourage you guys to post your watch list below. But what we're going to do here is I will deposit money in this account every month. And now I think we'll start it off on Monday. So post a comment below. Post an exact play. I'm going to go through a random comment generator tomorrow live, and I'm just going to play whatever it is. I want to show how we could control the balance. I will probably add some adjustments. We need to figure out a process, but you could even see the performance of following random trades online on YouTube. So we got that out the way. Let's get into the keys. Right now, here's what you guys got to understand. It's what's going on with the market, and we had a crazy weekend. Everything hit, and also, too, man, I went live earlier. It's a very, very sobering moment. Very, very sad. We've lost one of the greats. Rest in peace to Kobe Bryant. And if you guys know how I feel towards that, I mean, I don't even want to talk about it, but a lot of different things happen here just over the weekend, and it has escalated to a very important degree. But everything from that black swan thing I was talking about, remember, we still have that $200 to $15,000 play that is in motion, and now with the markets pretty much dropping about 2% since I've made that play, we got like 20% closer to our target. It's pretty interesting. But we had over the weekend, just recently today, the U.S. Embassy in Iraq got hit directly by 5 rockets, apparently. I believe someone got injured. That is going to now feed into everything we got with Iran. That's going to be important. The coronavirus is spreading more rapidly. It's now up to 2,000 cases and 80 deaths. And they've also quarantined another city in China. It's like 56 million people quarantined. And now there is the 5th case in the United States, I believe in Illinois or somewhere else. Some people even said some places in Arizona. Somebody who goes to ASU in the Gulf, they said it's arrived at ASU campus. But very, very close to home for me in Los Angeles, they have confirmed it. So remember, like I said earlier, I said if all of these, both Iran, the virus, the two kind of big but small factors hit at the same time, and now the next thing we got to watch out for, this is why this week is going to get even crazier. The Fed is on January 28th and 29th, so that's Tuesday and Wednesday. We're going to get a report from the Fed there. So whatever they say, this is an official Fed meeting. This is a live one. This isn't an update. This isn't the minutes or anything. This is the first ever live meeting here of 2020. So this is going to have an impact. Again, could be positive, it could be negative, but now you're seeing all of these happen, and we're finally... Again, it depends where we open up, but the fact that we're actually seeing a real gap down, as you can see, it is starting scarily to look like the prediction I had. So now I don't want to put that in your heads. That's going to be crazy, but so you guys could visually see, this is what I've been looking for. We had a similar run up to 2017, and then now all of a sudden, it was literally, and it was almost to the T, the exact same dates. It's starting to formulate and look a lot like that here. So we are going to see what happens, but paying attention to the news and everything, this is going to be important. So I want to talk about that. But as far as tomorrow now, watch for a big move in the morning. There's going to be either two things that are going to happen. Most likely, the main thing is you're going to see a bulk of the move happen pre-market. So be open for that and watch how that changes from where the futures are. But we're either going to get a buy the dip opportunity. It'll either open low and go really, really low, hit a key level and then bounce up from there, or it's going to be a sell the rip. So it might open low, it might bounce up right away, and then it's going to sell off, and then that will continue the streak. But I will tell you this right now, prepare to be disappointed. What I mean by that is the market could open strong despite what's going on. We still have earnings. You still have people anticipating the Fed. So it doesn't necessarily mean, despite there being all this negativity here and stuff that's actually making people panic and so many things happening at once, you would be surprised to see the resiliency of the market. And again, I don't think it's reached really that level of panic, but again, that could change in a day depending on what happens with prices or the news. But what I will say, regardless of how it opens, either buy the dip or sell the rip, pay attention, observe. Again, we're going to be there live, but let the live news breaks bring the market down, or essentially even if we open up or we open low, bounce up, I wouldn't be surprised to see us end up pretty much at these pre-market levels or where we close by the end of the day as news hits, and you're going to see the market react off of that. So that is what I'm going to be watching for. And lastly, make sure you guys understand it's going to move in waves. There's going to be panic mode, then it's going to pull back, people are going to be uncertain, things are going to wobble around a little bit, then the next wave is going to come in. So you have to learn how to balance those plays and not get too jumpy. But with waves in mind, earnings are still here. We might see it take a back seat. However, every earnings, there's a lot happening this week. Every single earnings that comes out, and with the premiums and the prices, that is going to tell us a story. So just keep that in mind. Be patient. Don't rush it. Use, again, small balances on some of these lower probability plays that could act as great insurance if something does happen. You could get your hand in the cookie jar very, very cheap. Do not force it. Do not get greedy. This is where we really need your head in the game, baby. So that's pretty much it. It's going to be exciting tomorrow. Hopefully we see you there live on stream. Again, youtube.com/the stock market. But let us get into the plays. So right off the bat, where I want to start with that, there's a few different things. It's one of the companies we played. We played at 2 cents to 20 cents on Friday. It was a weekly UVXY. But watch out for UVXY. This is one of the main ones I want to be watching because on Friday, this was nothing. Again, I called it out. I said we only moved 170 points, but given the fear and then even the pace in which it happened, the UVXY was trailing very, very far behind. And again, that's because the UVXY is actually at a price. They usually split it when it comes this low. So it's going to be interesting and it'll be a lot harder to move. You could even, again, this is what I'm saying, look at the amount of volume that has came in on it. Again, it's at a lower dollar price, but it's going to be harder to move. But if you see this, it's pretty much more prone for this to lag. So if you see this lag behind, I mean, even if we're late, we might be able to get some UVXYs. But again, be careful with the options and how volatile it could be. And even maybe I should give that as a disclaimer to option trading. Financial investment, please consult financial advice, educational purpose only. But be careful playing these trades. You guys got to learn about scaling in, going in waves, and you will get caught. Again, if you buy during the panic and you buy while the move, again, be patient. Learn the double dip, my friends, because you will get caught overpaying 10 times for complete trash when it comes to some of these options just because you're trying to flip it or you want it, you don't get too caught up in the moment. That's what I'm saying. Just don't panic. Again, we got you, baby. Be on there live. You'll see how it plays out, but do not force it, especially with something like UVXY. But another play, again, we're still holding the SPY plays, but another play I did over the weekend or on Friday, I grabbed Uber, and this is now going to relate to the main play I would have. I'm going to set up this play tomorrow. Again, I already have the Uber, but you could probably connect the dots here. I got March on this because I wanted time. And why did I get Uber is simply because it is the travel industry. Again, I don't know if it was a joke. I even saw a clip from an Uber driver in China. It was again, China has their own Uber Didi, but it was pretty funny. I don't know if it was a joke or not, but my logic is as this stuff starts spreading or if the virus really gets serious, again, as history has shown us, consumer travel gets hit the most. So Uber and Lyft, these are new companies out here. Again, Uber's had a very, very impressive run up here, but besides that last couple months, this thing was about ready to die. It's an IPO. I think this is just going to be the weakest link on there. So I got March to give me some time, and I bought them cheap, but I did spend a decent amount of money. I bought these 24 puts. I bought 50 of them at 4 cents. So I got a very, very killer deal on them. They said they're trading at 5. I think the last trade went through at 5 there at close, but they were already up about 50, 100%. But I'm holding those. Going to keep those. I did say I want a FedEx play, but the next play now, I'm going to be setting these up in the morning. I want either United Airlines or Delta Airlines. So with United, I am kind of thinking United just because you could look at them here. They're already hitting that 100-day low. Delta is still a little up, so Delta would have more meat on the bone, but I think United will probably, whoever has more international flights, I think we could make a play on both of them. But the key here, if I wanted to just play it historically, it's 30%. That's what happened during SARS, anytime, even again, 1920s, but 30% on these down. So I did the math on there. 30% move is going to be down to $50. I think like 56 or 57 or something. So I'm going to be looking to play either the 50 or 55s. Again, I want more time on them, but here's going to be the issue. I'm telling you this play now, depending on how the market opens up, if these get clobbered in the morning, these plays could get prohibitively expensive, and it might just be better to wait, let the move play out, because when it bounces, they'll eventually become cheaper. But you don't want to get stuck buying in one of these top candles, and then once it chills out, it'll level out. It may go up a little bit towards the day, but usually it'll come back. Again, timing and patience will go a long way, but that is the main play I'm going to be watching. That again, we still have those Ubers. I still have that SPY play. That's going to be up, and a lot of people have even asked me, if you guys don't remember, we did that S&P play. It was on the SPY. It was a debit spread, $200 risk to make $15,000. I posted on the watch list last week, but people have asked if it's too late to get in there. I would say try to find a better play with more time, or wait a little bit, because now that play is still 1%, less than 1% probability, even though it's moved in our favor drastically, especially depending on where the market opens. But you're going to end up, it was up almost 100% on Friday. You're going to spend 100% to get the same low probability play. It's still 1%. I wouldn't be willing to play a premium on those plays until the probability goes up. So keep your eye open. It might be better go to individual companies, or see if we could, again, if I could find out another one of those plays, I will take it. Or if the situation gets worse and we could warrant going in, double dipping, because now the news and the underlying information got a lot worse, which would warrant more puts, then we could go about and find a different play, maybe even the same one. But I like to mix it up and get different plays, again, especially when they're that low probability. But that is pretty much it as far as what we're going to be watching. Again, United Airlines, Delta Airlines, those are going to be the main plays. We're in the Uber. Watch UVXY, and the next candidate I'm going to say is TLT. They went up a lot. We still have those TLT plays for February. You got the Fed. This is going to be an important one, again, especially with how it's moving. The only downside is that the Fed could really mess with it. But where the yield curve is at, and again, this is a key level. Again, why is the market supporting? I made a video on support and resistance here. Why is the market supporting the bond prices here, especially with what's going on? And anytime it has been at these prices, it's really indicative of how the market is positioning and where it feels. So this is a crucial level. TLT could go crazy, but here's the downside. TLT contracts are already really expensive. We're already up 60, 70%, a little bit more on some of the shitty contracts we bought months ago. So those should decay, but they're not. So just really keep that in mind. But watch those. And then finally, another one, again, just in the name of this consumer travel stuff or anything that has exposure to China. Pretty much, I think this situation is going to get worse. Again, we've talked about it. I've even gave you guys a video about it on Friday and relating it into how this is an external factor that could bring down markets. But again, don't panic. Don't get too crazy. But I'm going to start identifying industries. And again, all we could do really here is even observe. But I like McDonald's. Again, Starbucks closed down some of those industries. Those are going to be ones that they're, whoever has a lot of activity in China and gets a lot of growth from them, they are going to start to be susceptible very, very soon here. If and only if this current trend of the virus keeps up. But watch out for them. I'll even give an honorary mention to HD. We banked on that credit spread last week. But again, any of these stocks that have made big run-ups and would have any exposure, those could be good. Then watch Roku and beyond. And I won't even put Shopify, but why I'm putting that here, and then even my last company on this chart, Netflix, because there's still going to be an opportunity for rotation. So pay attention to what goes up. Again, Friday, Netflix went up on people saying that people staying home is going to lead to, people in China and everywhere else is going to lead to more Netflix views, despite Netflix not being in China. It was pretty interesting, but watch to see if that plays out. Watch to see if there is any rotations amongst some of these other companies, especially even beyond. They have earnings. We still have their play, but watch them. I am going to watch Qualcomm. I am a little scared. We have that NVIDIA play. I want to see where the chip makers go, and get ready. If you have a long-term portfolio, brace yourself. It's bittersweet. Stock prices are going to come down. You're going to be able to get some good stocks at cheaper prices, especially ones that you wanted, but you're going to get, and again, I think it's also kind of sweet. Some of you are getting your first opportunity to weather a storm and deal with it, so use this as an opportunity. I encourage you to be smart about it. Do not make long-term decisions off of daily moves or weekly. Again, observe the stock market in the grand scope of things. So again, it's going to be bittersweet. All I can tell y'all, bear down, baby. Just make sure it might hit your helmet. It might hurt a little bit, but keep your head in the game and be smart about it. Do not panic. But I'm going to be watching Qualcomm again. Like I said, we got those NVIDIAs. You're going to get the follow-up with Intel, so we'll see what happens. I even rolled over that play. We took profits on that last week, $40 into 400, and I went and I bought it further out the money for 26 cents. But watch them. Watch FedEx. I wanted this play. They were a little expensive, but then this is going to go into the transports. So again, transports and consumer travel are going to be a little different. I want to set up the consumer travel before going to the FedEx, but I still think they will be susceptible as well. And remember, they had earnings and it wasn't too hot, so keep your eye out for them. Then BABA, they've been up a lot. This is kind of like the Chinese Apple. So again, anything that is direct proximity to what's going on as this, again, pretty much the bigger the economic effect, the longer this virus stuff plays out. So watch BABA, and I'm going to keep my eye on that. And then Baidu, we're in that debit spread. I made that one last week. If you guys are in it, it should be up about 170%. So I'm still going to be holding that one. That covers us earnings and everything else. So I'm going to be holding that till it goes up a little bit. And then finally, BA. Watch to see if it breaks and gives up. But because, again, in BA, if BA has good news tomorrow, that's what it ran up on, and it actually ends up staying up there, this could be what keeps the market up. But if it starts slipping at the same time, this will be a double whammy. And like I said, lastly, Netflix. But that is your watch list, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you're hydrated, healthy, ready to go. Make sure you post your watch list. Make sure you post a play so we can get in that random comment generator, and make sure you got your head in the game. I do not want you to panic. I want you to be prepared for earnings. Go watch all the other videos and get prepared, baby. I need you to balance those books and know what's going on, man. Take it easy. And lastly, enjoy your life, baby. Life is very short and precious. Recognize that. There's real ass things going on in the world. So despite the money, the profit, this and that, none of that really matters. Please make sure you know what is real value, baby. So I love y'all. I'm excited for tomorrow, and I hope you are too, baby. Let's go.